Well, hello and a happy Christmas to you all and your families. It's time for another update on where we are with our Wake Up campaign on flight time limitations. Firstly though, as ever, a massive thank you to everyone who's taken part, whether it was coming to Westminster to lobby your MP earlier in the year, meeting your MP locally, writing to letters or sharing videos and tweets. This campaign simply could not have happened without BALPA members driving it. But we have been working hard behind the scenes too. BALPA Chairman, Captain Mark Searle, and General Secretary Jim McCausland met with the Transport Minister Simon Burns on the 13th of November. At that meeting we made it quite clear that we will not support the introduction of the EU's proposals as they stand. But unfortunately he made it equally clear that he intends simply to follow the CAA's advice. Following that meeting there was an FTL debate in the House of Commons, sponsored by the Transport Select Committee and based on their excellent report into the issue earlier this year. The committee chairman, Louise Ellman, committee members and the opposition spokesperson were all excellent, but it was clear from the Minister's response that he's not interested in listening to our concerns. And although some of the flight safety issues we have been campaigning on have successfully changed, we still have many concerns. Home standby and so-called reserve provisions are dangerously unsafe, as is the lowering of the requirement for a relief pilot on some long-haul flights and the lack of restrictions around early starts. And there are many others. However, the news looks like it might be slightly more positive in Europe. Several EU states have said they want to see improvements to these rules, and as a result, EASA will be looking again at some of these areas. But unbelievably, the British government was not one of the countries to raise concerns. We have the most to lose, yet they seemed content to simply roll over to Europe. The question is, why should British pilots and indeed British passengers have to rely on other countries' governments to stand up for higher safety standards in Europe? So where does this all leave us? Well, frankly, the situation with the UK government is far from positive, and if we're honest, we don't see the DfT or CAA fundamentally changing their view. But that is not to say we're giving up, far from it. We are investing in top-level legal advice, and in the new year we'll be turning our focus more and more towards the European institutions where changes can still be effected. And we will certainly need your continued support and involvement with that. Domestically, we will continue to press the CAA for specific support and improvements in some key areas where there are particularly strong concerns. But before that, pilots from across Europe will be taking part in a coordinated action day on January the 22nd to highlight our shared concerns. The type of action will vary in each association, but our plan on this European Action Day is to deliver a dossier of evidence to various decision makers to say firmly, clearly and finally that you have been warned. These proposals are unsafe. And we were making a video which will make that message in a visual and impactful way. Unlike some other countries, we won't be asking you to take direct part in action, but we will be asking you to help share that message and the video on your social media and by email. I don't want to say too much about our plans in advance, but keep an eye on the forums, on the Wake Up site and on your email for more information on this in the new year. The battle has been a long one. We have secured some wins along the way, but we're not at the end yet. There is much to fight for and new places for us to be fighting in. So thank you again for your continued involvement and support. And as ever, if you have any comments or questions about the campaign, feel free to contact us at communications@balpa.org. Thank you.